Austin, do you think Nairobi is a good option for raising a family?
I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're coming from the United States, you have a better shot at raising a family in Kenya in general. Not even just Nairobi. I would recommend Nairobi because this is my favorite city in Kenya. I've been to three cities in Kenya, and out of those three, I was like, no, really, no need to really go anywhere else outside of these three cities. But you have a better shot at raising a family here because the laws and the culture in Kenya are way less degenerate, way more family oriented as opposed to being in the United States. Yes, I do know Nairobi may be great for a single man, but listen to me, living here and living there, this is way more family oriented and way more suitable for a family. And this place has everything you need. Like if you want to stay in Karen or in this area near Village Market, or if you want to stay outside of Westlands, Parklands, outside of the hectic area and stay further out from the city, you'll find that it is a lot more relaxed. Like you don't hear anything but birds chirping right now. You know, this is gated to get in. So if kids wanted to go outside and play outside this gate over here, they could go play and you wouldn't have to worry about nobody kidnapping your kids. Nobody trying to fonder with your kids. No, you wouldn't have to worry about none of that kind of stuff because this is a way more family oriented society. And I would recommend Nairobi over anywhere in the United States where they want your kids to be he, her, they, them, whatever that shit is. And they want you to take puberty blockers. They want you, they're really trying to program your kids to be something that's not even natural. And like, I thank God I grew up in the era I grew up in, right? Because when I was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, the stuff that I see that they're talking about now in school, we didn't talk about. I think I missed that just on time. So if you're in the United States and you have a family and you want to raise your family outside in a place like Kenya, yeah, you're making a good decision by bringing a family here.
I would concur. The States is going crazy. But what are some of the key considerations a man would have to think about if they're thinking about bringing their family here? Like, let's take an example, safety.
Safety really won't be an issue here in Nairobi. This is honestly one of the few places in the world that I've been where I really don't have to worry about anything. Like, I've been some places in South America, which is known for being extremely dangerous, where you don't have to worry about anything. But also, Africa is known for terrorism, pickpockets, and anything wrong, they pretty much put on Africa. But when you come here, it kind of defeats that narrative where it's like, of course, there's some areas that you cannot walk around. There's ghettos everywhere, of course. But why the hell would you be over there anyway? And especially, why would you have your kids over there? So, again, like I said, safety. This main road that's outside this gated neighborhood I live in, I don't know why your kids would make it that far without your supervision, but I can tell you again, they can play right outside. If you live in one of these nice neighborhoods, which a neighborhood like you're looking at right behind me, this is not a neighborhood, but this is the house, that's quiet, birds chirping, and it's gated, and I have to call security every time I want to let somebody up, that's somewhere I would want to raise a family, and it's only costing me $8.50 a month.
You mentioned something important, kids. And you know, with kids, education is a big part of their growth process. So what about the education in Nairobi and Kenya in general? Like, what can you say about it?
Well, I didn't go to school here, but I will say this, that the education here at a top tier school for an academy, like if you're an American, we have free education and we have very expensive private schooling. Here, it's about a tenth of that from what I saw what private school costs in Philadelphia versus here, like the top of the line academy here in Nairobi was like $1,600 a month, up to $2,000 a month once the kid gets in high school. Some people have that money to spend. You're still spending way less than you would in the States. And I heard even private school is not safe for this agenda that they got going in the States right now. So why would you even pay for that? You might as well put them in public school at that point. But in private school, let's say like a mid-grade private school, you're only going to be paying around $500 a month for a child, which is very affordable for most people.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Even if you have 3 kids, $1,500 a month for private school for 3 kids is very affordable. And It gets even cheaper than that, but I mean, it depends what quality of education, because you could probably go as low as $200 per month per child, but it depends on your budget and what do you want. And that's the reason why I provide a service where people can call and we figure out who they are, where they want to go, what they want, do they have a family. For example, next week I have a guy coming in from another nearby country, and he's bringing him, his wife, and his 3 kids. And we helped him pick out the neighborhood to stay. We're going to give him a tour around Nairobi, and because he's considering to live in Nairobi. So he needs somebody that knows the lay of the land, that knows Nairobi very well, that's been all over Nairobi, that knows people in Nairobi, that has a network that can help them. I know a lot of people in Nairobi, and you need to know somebody that knows the lay of the land again. And that's what I'm doing next week. So I'll be putting out a video on that as well to show you guys what that experience is like.
So you brought up some good points about some of the pitfalls of America right now and how America is kind of like pushing a certain type of agenda. So besides those reasons, what other reasons would you give like families, like husbands, wife, and kids to come to Nairobi? Like career opportunities, like adventure, like what do you think? What would be some of the motivations of, besides like just America falling apart? What would be the good reason for people to relocate to Nairobi?
Well, I don't know if the person watching this is interested is Christian or not. Like, I'm not religious myself, but Kenya is a Christian country. You know, it was an English colony at one point, so it's Christian. And the academies are also Christian based as well. That's up to you to decide if you're comfortable with that or not. But the United States was once Christian based. It's not. I can tell you that right now. So it's not Christian based. There's something for everybody. You know, if you're fine with your family living in Westlands where it's a lot of action going on and a lot of craziness going on, for me that's fine. I'm a single man. I live alone, but I didn't even choose it. I'm out here on the other side of town where it's a lot more quiet, so I can live more low key. But let's talk about the visas, though. If you're bringing your family and it's not a trip and you guys are planning to move here, you can come on a work visa, or you can get a 5-year tourist visa, which, or you can get a business visa. And if you're here on a work visa or a business visa, you have a work permit, let's say, to come here to Nairobi, Kenya, which everybody may not have that. But again, this is why it's important that you call and discuss with somebody that has a network here on the ground to figure out what's right with you, that has the right people in place to point you in the right direction. And your kids and your spouse, your wife, can get a dependency visa. Like they can stay for the same term that you could, just because you have that and just because they're part of your family. I think that's very important for people to know. And you can also get a work permit in Kenya if you invest in Kenya. So if you have an investment here, you own a restaurant or you buy an apartment complex or a apartment, I don't know, whatever you invest in, you now have a work permit that will give you a certain length of time that you can stay here. And after being here, because some people are going to say, well, I'm moving here, I don't want a visa that's only like 2 years or 5 years. Like, I want to live here permanently. I've already visited Kenya. Or they're just curious, right? After 5 to 7 years of living here, you can apply for permanent residency, meaning that you won't have to leave. In that same time frame, 5 to 7 years of living here on that residency, you can, on the permanent residency, 5 to 7 years, then you can apply for naturalization, citizenship, which that's like a 14-year timeline. But I mean, if you want it, you'll do it. Yeah. Or you could get a retirement visa where you just show your income. Like a lot of places in the world do that. I'm just saying Kenya offers that as well. You show your income, that you're able to sustain yourself. You do have your pension or whatever. However, I'm not retired yet, so I don't know. But whatever you're getting paid for through retirement, if you can show proof of that, then yes, you can get a retirement visa as well.
Yeah, that's one of the good things about Kenya. Just to give a comparison, like there's a lot of countries, it's hard to actually stay there and get visas and even get permanent residency. So that's definitely a point for Kenya. But we've been talking about some of the good things. What are some of the challenges you think American family will face coming to Nairobi? And how can they overcome it?
I'm not sure what challenges, because I haven't had too many challenges come here. Like I said, this is the least culture shock you get when it comes to Africa. If you go to some of these other countries in Africa, they got dirt roads. It looks like stereotypical Africa. 100 people standing in 20 square feet. In Nairobi, there's some places like that, yes, but generally speaking, you're not going to see that. So again, I think this is best for somebody to move with a family because it's the least amount of culture shock. It's very affordable. If you care about your child's education and what they're being taught at school, this is way better than what you would get in the States. The curriculum, from what I've seen, is way better. I mean, you can meet some Kenyans that went to private school here and see how educated they are. You know, how well they speak English. How they're just educated. And I've been to some other countries in Africa and I just didn't get that same, it wasn't the same.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that living in other African countries, like I seen the transition from families coming from the United States and it's a big leap because like not only do you have to worry about the language barrier, you got to worry about the scamming and everything. And it seems like Kenya's did a very great job of welcoming foreigners. Like every foreigner.
The UN is here for a reason.
Yeah, like the UN moved their headquarters here. Okay, so if a family comes here, do you think they're going to have a higher standard of living? Like, do you think they're going to see improvements in their lifestyle? Because right now we know the United States is very, very expensive. Like, rent is out of control. Food prices out of control. So do you expect people to move here? They're going to like improve their lifestyle?
Well, let me break down how you can improve your lifestyle. So you're in Dallas, right? You want a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Okay, that's $3,000 minimum, right? And then we're talking North Dallas. We're not talking Uptown. We're talking North Dallas. Grocery bills for myself was minimum $400 a month. You got a family of 5, so you you need some damn food stamps is what you need. You're looking at $1,000 almost, right? So then, and I don't care if you shop at Walmart, if you shopping at Walmart, you spend $600-700 in the States doing that. So when we talk about a family of 5, if it's all dependent on a man, like a man and a woman pretty much has to work in the States. Like you have to be really rich to take care of your wife and kids. And if it's 3 kids and a wife, and she's a barefoot and pregnant stay-at-home wife, whatever you want to call it. Some people, I shouldn't have said that. The haters like to say barefoot and pregnant. She's a traditional stay-at-home wife, right? If you want to do that here, I've toured some apartments that were 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. I know we're talking about a family of 3, but I'm just saying 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Actually, one of my realtor friends showed me the other day. I don't know why he keeps sending me stuff. I told him I already got a place, but he showed me a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom in Parklands for $1,300 a month. And it's already furnished. $1,300 a month. And Parklands is like where all the action is at. Like if you want to go to a party, we're talking about a family, so maybe not. But if let's say you want to go to Westgate Mall, that's not that far from where Parklands is at. So $1,300 a month, that was damn near your grocery bill for that family of 5 back in the States. Like your grocery bill wasn't that far off.
Yeah.
So you got $1,300 for that. I have 100. What is my internet? 100 up and 100 down, and that's like $70 a month. And I can this video that we're recording right now. I can upload this video literally in about 3 minutes. It's very fast internet, very reliable internet. People tell you that Africa is not suitable. When we're talking about Nairobi, that's not the case. Great internet. It's affordable. But let me get back on track. $1,300 a month plus $70 for the internet. Let's just go ahead and round that off to 14. If you got a family of 5, let's say a grocery bill be around $500 or $600 a month. Okay, you're getting closer to $2,000 now. $2,000 and you pretty much got everything taken care of. You pretty much got everything. Now outside of that, it's what Ubers, or if you have a car. I know plenty of foreigners here. The white folks and the Indians that come here, they got their own cars and they driving.
Yeah.
So what are you spending?
Yeah.
What are you spending by living here? So to answer your question, which I forgot, will your lifestyle improve?
Yeah.
Well, if the man is the head of the household and he's making $10,000 a month supporting a family of 5, which sounds like they're in poverty, in the States, in Dallas at least, you're getting by making $10,000 a month trying to support 5 people.
Yeah.
If you bring that $10,000 a month here and you're spending a quarter of it and you still got 75%, your lifestyle can get 75% better. You have 75% more of your income to save, invest, splurge. I don't give a damn what you do with it. But you have more to spend. So why would you stay there? Outside of women, and I don't want to say nothing to get me canceled, but outside of women and outside of this agenda that they're pushing in the States, why would you stay there?
Yeah, very, very valid points. Valid points. Okay, so since you've been here for a while, what do you think some of the best neighborhoods to raise a family in Nairobi? Especially coming from America, you're kind of used to that Americanized way of living. What would be some places you recommend? Like,
so if you're looking for something that's, number one, Nairobi's not really going to be a culture shock for Americans, like I said. But number two, if you're looking for something that's very, in America, we have the suburbs.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was about to say suburban. That's why I said it like that. We have the suburban type of lifestyle. If you're looking for something similar to that, this area, Village Market, where I'm at, reminds me a lot of that. A lot, right? If you go out towards Karen,
yeah, Karen.
That's actually my number one recommendation. Like, when you go over there, it feels like, okay, this is where if I had a wife and kids, or if I just had kids in general, I would move over here. It's very slow paced. You know, there's a mall, a very nice mall over there. It's very, very local, but it's not poor. It's not poor at all, actually. It's actually the fucking opposite.
Yeah.
But it's very family oriented, man. Karen is the right place you want to move to if you're bringing your family to Nairobi. I would say that.
Yeah, there's a couple areas like Cambu Road.
Cambu Road, yeah, like which is where we're at. Where we're nearby it, yeah.
Yeah. But that's why it would probably be, like, if you're coming here with a family, you probably want somebody to give you a guide to show you around.
Yeah, and like I said, the guy that I have that's coming from another country nearby in Africa, he wanted to know, hey, I have a family of 3, where should we stay? I didn't tell him Westlands. Because he has little kids, like I think one of them is like 2 or 3. I would never tell you to go to Westlands for a 2 or 3-year-old. He wouldn't have known that. Because if he Googled, where's the best place to stay in Nairobi, Westlands would have popped up.
Westland Park.
And then he gets there and he's like, oh shit, it's too chaotic for... Why would I have my 2-year-old in Westlands? For what? So that's why it's important that you know somebody that is here. I don't have to have kids to tell you that that's not where you need to go. I don't have to, right? I don't have to. I don't have to be in your. I just have to be able to observe these things. Which you guys know that I'm very observant. I can see a lot of stuff that some people can't see, but you don't have to be that observant to notice. But you need to know somebody that's on the ground that can tell you that a place like Karen, that can tell you that a place like Village Market, and know the right people that can get you that deal in Parklands for $1,300. If in Parklands it was $1,300, and that's near the heart of the city, if you move out further, it gets even cheaper. I have the realtors here that can help you guys come here and get that right deal when you move to Nairobi. But you have to have the right network. I've built the network. I know everybody, right? I know lawyers. I know all that, okay? So if you guys are interested in coming to Nairobi, people that are watching, and you want to move a family here, or anybody, but right now we're talking to families that want to get away from this puberty blocker agenda. If you guys want to move here, there's a booking link in the description in the first pinned comment. Book a time, pay the small booking fee. That's just to avoid people that are not being serious. Pay that booking fee. You'll speak with one of my 2 assistants. We'll figure out who you are, what you want, when you want to come through. What are you looking for? Who are you? And then we will go from there. Everybody's service will be different because everybody's not the same. The guy that's coming next week, it's not the same as the guy that's coming in a couple of weeks after that. So make sure you guys click that link below. And I also want to throw in one more tip. If you're coming to Nairobi, healthcare can kind of be expensive, so make sure you get a healthcare plan that's good for expats. Let me know what you guys thought about that interview. I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you click the booking link in the first pinned comment and the description below if you would like to speak with me about coming to Nairobi.